Happy to have you here. We are a heritage farm. We've been here since 1871. I was always told you got to leave ground better than you found it. And so I thought cover crop might be the next step in that. Probably started cover cropping 10 years ago or so on a small amount of acres, maybe 100. We did that for 3 or 4 years and increased a little bit all the time. Probably about 5 years ago, we kind of went whole hog on it. Vast majority of our acres now have cover crops on them. It's been a pretty positive experience, been a learning experience. When I think about evaluating the cover crop side of things, I think I certainly see better weed control in soybeans especially. Another benefit I'm really starting to see is reduced residue. I always thought that was foo-foo juice, but this year I really saw it on a couple fields where, it's 250 bushel corn last year, and we drilled rye into it and planting beans this spring. You had the row of rye and the corn stalk left. There was minimal residue left. Yeah, this has been a big journey. Like I mentioned inside, we came from a Roslyn system to a 1790 bar setup, and so we've kind of come a long ways. Originally, we had the straight tooth row cleaners on it, and I ran those for quite a few years. I noticed that I was not getting adequate residue movement with those, and I'm like, well, there's got to be something better. So with this planter, we changed over to the shark tooth design, and I'm really pleased with that. It cuts and sweeps residue out of the way ahead of corn. Really does a nice job. If you look behind the wheels, you see it's equipped with the clean sweep system from Precision Agriculture that allows you to adjust up and down the pressure or lift pressure on the row cleaner. I would not have a planter without them. That was a game changer moving to that. You can do it right from the cab. Hydraulic downforce, individual row shut off. One of the most recent changes last year was they call it a cupped razor wheel from Martin. Before, I had run the straight toothed Martin closing wheels with a drag chain for years and was pretty pleased with that in straight no-till, but there had to be something different. There was places planting corn that I wouldn't get it closed to my liking. I've been really, really pleased with that. The convex shape of it does a nice job of forcing the air pockets out and closes up that trench pretty nice when you're planting corn, and it works well planting soybeans into corn stubble as well. So the other thing we have on this planter is the Surefire Ag systems. When we went to high speed, we went to the liquid shift in furrow system, and Dan at that point talked me into doing the pivot bile at the same time. So we get our 40 pounds of N, and I tank mix it with usually it's 9-18-9 or 6-24-6 in the big tank. And this year I added the direct inject system from Surefire Ag, and we ran Capture LFR in that. It mixes going out to the row, and so that's another added protection with in furrow pests. Does provide a little bit after emergence as well. I haven't seen a lot of issues, but I've heard about them. I don't want it to be uh, a service call for Pioneer or the planter or the agronomy guy. So we're kind of headed it off at the pass. Was new this year. Had a few hiccups getting it started, but it worked well once we got it all figured out.